Welcome back to Satisfactory. Oh boy. I am noticing that you can even tell from here barely, but let's just jump over here a little bit. So it's not just design, right? There's also some functionality here. We can see that this factory is backed up because all of these lines are not moving. So we can see that plates are going through, rods are backed up, and screws are backed up. So that's the issue, and the simple solve for it, well, there's two solves. One, we could hook up an awesome sink. We're not going to do that. We could put a smart splitter awesome sink solution in that would just keep everything flowing. The real problem is that we are not generating enough plates at this point. And you can see it here. We're way backed up on a few things here. So we need to get screws. Looks like we've got a good chunk of screws. 24,000. What's that? 200,000, 400,000. So we've got maybe 500,000 screws lying around. And we're also blocked, looking at this, on rods. Yeah, we got a good chunk of rods. Looks like about 100,000 rods. So we need to build something that uses screws and rods. That would be my suggestion. We were in the middle of building the refinery, but apparently we don't need more iron. We need to process the iron products that we already have. Where are the stairs? How far back do I want to double back on this? I think I do want to leave this as a refinery floor. We went 7 high. Well, I guess we need to go high enough to leave some space for this, but I guess technically this side of it doesn't have to do all of the work. You would think I was counting during that, but I was just clicking. Just clicking and having a good time. I could theoretically go a little higher. Not much higher, though. I really don't want this to be like 2 meters away from this. It's already going to be a little weird having refineries indoors. This might be a really small factory floor that we use, where it's just using this little part, and then we'll let the refinery speak for itself. Yeah, I like this idea a lot. In honor of the pioneers that came before us, I should use Zoop whenever I can. There were people that were forced to play this game without Zoop. It's an insult to them to not use it. Plenty of space there. We can build some venting system, whether real or imagined. That's probably enough for us to get started, but let's do a little more. There's always need for more factory floor. Right there. All right. That's enough for us to get started. We want to drop down to our local blueprint designer. You know what? Just hit clear. I probably already hit clear. How is this there? Oh, nope, that was right. Okay. So what we want is, if I look at parts that take both screws and rods, the answer is rotors, right? We always need rotors, so we could make that a whole kind of a big deal for rotors. Let's load the Infinity assembler. Have I already made stators? Ah, there's only one of these per. I see. Pipe and wire. I don't think I can squeeze in another one of these, even if I wanted to. And honestly, I don't think I want to, because this is going to take a lot of screws. Let me change this over to rotor. 20 iron per minute, so that's fine. Even if we were going to put 20 of these on a single line, it would still only be 40. But those 100 screws per minute is a problem. We'd only be able to put 4.8 machines on a line. So we're going to do something on the input here. Or we do something down below. How do I want to do this? Basically, we need 2 belts of screws. one belt of iron rod. Sorry about that. That was just the onset of a sneeze. That was a good one too. It's going directly into here. I could do something funky. I would prefer not to do something funky though. Let's see if we can squeeze a merger in here. Oh, gotta get rid of this belt. How much? Ooh, this is only a Mark III belt. Does it matter? No. And then merger. Right, so technically, if I wanted to go lighter on the clipping, I should probably give ourselves a little bit more room here. Or we could go out like this. And then just put the splitter here. Maybe even pull it back a bit. Is this the right direction? This way? I mean, as long as you build it in the right way, it doesn't matter, right? We want inputs to come in one way, and we want the outputs to go the same way. So this is all here. Doot, doot, doot. And doot. And doot, doot. Doot. And then we'll just put you right here. It'll be a little dip. Then we'll connect screws and screws, rods. Ooh, but that's a pure clip situation. I don't like that. Yeah, I think I like purple for the rotors. And then we're gonna have to lift this. We're gonna put in screws. And rods. To make rotors. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. What's with the placement of this? It's a little crazy, actually. I want to delete everything except for half, 1, 2, half, 1, 2, half, 1, 2, half, 1, 2. All right. I think I can remember. Clear. We just need to lift this thing up a bit. We're short on rotors. Is that real? Do we not have rotors? I guess... Oh yeah, we've got rotors being made. Well, this is a good opportunity to clean up a little bit, so... All in all, it's probably the best. Now we got room. This promises to clip a little bit no matter what, because I don't have these perfectly lined up. I'm not sure I can stand this. I'm gonna have to come up here and get this realigned. Oh, no, wait, I guess that can stay. And we'll drop down here. Okay, no, that's good. We just need to put in another one of these guys. Kind of here-ish. Then we'll go here. Then we'll slap a splitter on it. That should get it aligned here. Drop it in there. Now these are aligned. That'll minimize the clipping. Oh, we lost the name of that. Doesn't matter. We'll go with the Rotor Infinity Assembler. Find that. Put in the rotor icon. Hit that. Hit that. Save that. So we need 4 rotors to build these. Let's grab some rotors. We're gonna need to put in a serious hypertube system here soon. Running up these steps is turning into an annoyance. Did I just see a bird fly by? Wait a minute. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what we're doing. Just want to make sure we at least reserve the space. Let's see. So we've resolved the... We've talked about the issue. Too much stuff. Too many screws. We've got to solve... We built the factory floor. We adjusted the blueprint for the screws. Now we got to build and collect the rotors. I built a few pillars, started that process in between videos. Actually, I kind of like it, to be honest. I thought it was going to be too many pillars, and it probably is. I probably should have given myself a blueprint that skipped it and then did like 1 pillar, 3 not pillars, or 1 pillar, 4 not pillars. But we got what we got, and I'm not going back. Okay, so let's take a look at that new blueprint. 1, 2, how many can we fit? I think it's 7, right? So if we did 28. Well, we'd be short on concrete. Oh no. We need more crystal oscillators. Really, I should make a factory to make crystal oscillators. Quartz crystal, we drop that off. Silica, we can pull that in, I think. A little bit of silica is all we need. We're only short 72. I think our remote silica generator will get us that. Then we need some plates, which we've got. Cable, which is easy. So the only thing that we're worried about now is the steel. I might have some steel lying around. Yeah, there's 700 right here. And we are putting steel into the digital upload, so let's just grab this chunk and this chunk. We'll re-upload this chunk. 400 to get uploaded. That's enough. Let's see how many crystal oscillators we have. We might get lucky, though normally I pick them all up. Yeah, 140. Not quite enough. Oh man, and it needs quartz crystal too. Everybody wants my quartz crystal. That's the thing about the crystal oscillators, is that they take quartz crystals. I could build half of this and come back to it, though I do have quartz crystal in the old storage. Let's just use these. 600 is not too bad. It's not a great amount. This thing does use a lot. 36 quartz crystals for 4 oscillators, so what is that? 1/8? A little less than 1/8. We dropped 600 quartz crystals, so that's 600 divided by 8-ish. 75 more. That's close enough. Absolutely close enough. And then let's grab a little bit of the concrete. Okay, what do I normally do? I guess I could start back here a bit, right? Looks like right about here. Getting the first one right is always the critical first step. Technically, this is on the wrong side. Should I double signage this? Well, that's how you add more quartz crystals to the whole build out. These are facing the wrong direction though. I should either turn this or the signage or add more signage. We'll turn it. Originally, I was going to make all the floors the same height, but there's really no reason to limit yourself like that. We could just have each floor be the appropriate height for whatever item is going to be on there. The one time I want to hide the HUD T, I almost never do that. On purpose, anyway. Let's see, right about there. All right. That was a pretty straightforward connection. Now maybe you should just run let's run this as a test. That didn't feel like it was really connected. Well, we burned down our encased beams, which is kind of good because we need space. We need space for all kinds of things. Looks like we might be getting full on encased beams as well. For sure. Let's grab a chunk out of the end here. I guess, we're gonna need room for 2 and then room for 1. But technically, we're gonna need room for potentially more than 1 line worth. Yeah, I've done better than that before. Let's see here. This is probably going to be the first place where we want to pull in the stuff. This is our walk around area. Then we want to pull it in either here or here. Here's probably good, but now I gotta think for a second. We're trying to deal with... How many of these did we build? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 800 screws. I mean, dealing with a 3rd and 4th line right now isn't really going to do us any good. We might as well just drill down. Screws, rods, right? And that's going to go straight in like this. We know that one's perfect. That one's good. And that one's a little too tall. Let's pull it back a bit. I mean, why be good enough when you can be perfect? And let's drop some stuff out of here. See if 8's the right number. It is. Okay. Not enough space for plastic. Alright, so we got that going. Now we got to get our infinite lift. What is the reliable way to do this? Ooh, that's a problem. That's going to interfere with that iron. I might have to adjust this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it. I just don't want to get in the way of the iron delivery and have clipping involved with that. One second. Okay. I'm going to adjust the item delivery shaft. I think I'm going to go 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. We'll have to have a separate shaft if we want to have more than 32 rotors per minute. Ugh, that's the real problem. This thing is asking for way too many screws. But we've got them, so we got to use them. So instead of there, let's go... I said 3 over. Let's stick with what I said. Too tall. I think I did say 8 last time. Okay. Now we can infinite lift to this location. Uh-oh, that's going to be a little bit more difficult since there's no thing right below us. Well, looks like I might have gotten it right. Maybe. What would be the method to tell? It seems like I'm one off. Seems like this is the right one. We'll test the connection before we connect to it. Screws, screws, rods. Hey, we got it right. Poink. Hold on 1 second, sorry. Some internal issues here, but we got it under control. So now we've got to get screws, rods. Everything is always in the most inconvenient place. Screws are way over here. Oh, that's a good point. I could double back on this belt bus. That is probably a very dangerous precedent to set. But if it's here, why not use it? It is infrastructure that I built for my use, and after all. I want to see if I have enough for this one more of these mega stores. This will make instant room. For rods. Of course, then I have to upgrade it because it's a Mark III blueprint. And upgrade the back for the same reason. What do you think? That one? This one? That one? Or this one? It's not that one. I feel like it's this one. Nope. It was the other one. I'm questioning if this is the way I want to hook this up, and it's distracting me from hooking it up. Oh, it's actually never going to be perfect.
I don't know. Have a good day.
Which one was the... I think the outer one, the highest one would be the rods. Nowhere near tall enough. I just want to check to make sure that's on the correct line. Rods flowing in on the top. Looking good. None of them are probably being accepted because we don't have power attached. Yeah, that's okay though. We're here mostly to make room. All right, so I just need to add 2 lines of screws. I suppose I should just go ahead and also build this second line as well. This is going to be a lot. Uh-oh. Not going to be a clean way. Ooh, that won't reach. So we're going to have to do something. Yeah, I guess I could use this belt. This guy right here. Oh, well, if I'm going to do that, I should probably connect it in a different place. It's like connecting it, then connecting it backwards. Clearly, I want a merger here. Well, I guess that's an excuse to put it on this side. All right, now we need power. So I'm gonna stop over. Where did we connect power? Wherever we connected it, we hit it well. It must be back this way. Actually, this would be a pretty good spot to consider lifting power as well. Let's get the fun put in place. Well, I technically could connect it through the lights, but there's really no reason to do that. That's a handmade double. Ooh, did I set the recipe on this? Well, something's getting made, so I guess I did. Good stuff. I was wondering why this guy didn't get any supplies. That's right, we ran out of encased beams before we could connect him. I think that's pretty set. I was wondering if I could see from here if that loosened things up. Well, things are starting to move. Looks like the rods are starting to move, but the screws aren't starting to move. I don't see how that's possible, though. Let's check the sushi belt point. We probably have a ton of stuff that's trying to work its way through. There we go. Pipes. Yeah, we got plenty of pipes to be used. Screws, rods, everything. Such a small amount of screws in the grand scheme of things. We got stators here. I think a nice rotor super storage right next to it makes a lot of sense. Now, who knows? By the time it's time, I'll probably want multiple lines of machines making rotors. I'm just trying to think through exactly where I want to put this drop point. Uh-oh. Looks like I've extended the front of this a little bit. That's okay. It's all part of the design. No mistakes, only happy accidents. If I had a full, the likelihood of having a full line of rotors is very small. Because that's 480, that's 100 machines making rotors. And right now I need maybe 2 per, 3 per, 10 per, 17 per so far. $17 per. I almost have that if I wanted to have a little bit of all that other stuff. That's the thing though, right? When it comes time to it, you don't want to have the capacity for one or two. You want to have good, healthy capacity. If we said we aren't going to build these now, but if we said 4 of these, I mean, 4 of these, that's 4 belts of nothing but screws. No, that's 8 belts of screws. Uh-oh, only one line is outputting. That's not good. That means our last screw container isn't properly loaded. 2 in there, 1 in there. At some point, we'll probably tweak that connection. Maybe we'll connect directly from here, go straight in, go over that way. But I just wanted to make sure we had full supply of screws, which we do. Okay. I wonder if I have the juice to build 4 more of these. We'll just lay it out. I mean, that's a lot of rotors. But is it though? Really? Let's see what this is. 7? $28 rotors per minute. If we put 4 of them down, that'd be over 100. So that's not bad. Basically, I'm just trying to preserve the space. And then the output of these 4 rows would end up somewhere over here. Where do I want to connect this? On the ground? Everybody drop down to the ground. Well, oh, you know what though? We should probably drop down closer to here. this is kind of the more standard location. If I get really serious about it, I could always change. Oh, wait, we want to go to here. Go back up one. Slot in a beautiful lift right in the middle. Go for our infinite lift. Come on. And now we're down here where we can decide exactly where we want to drop this thing. I can't go all the way here. But it might make sense just to connect the belt to there. And then split it. And delete the extra. Okay. Why is this being like this? What's going on? Oh, I guess it's not on a perfect line here, so it's trying to get back on the perfect line. Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Split you right there. Much better. Rotors. All right. there you go. So now we're making use of some of these screws and rods. See if at least we can get these moving. We probably have 200,000 screws in the factory, so there's plenty to be delivered. But really the key here is to make sure that our sushi belt is moving. And the screws and the rods were definitely screwing us, so that's a lot better now. It's actually blocking the plates from going through. Maybe I should take some fuel with me. Probably a good idea. Someone mocked me for all my massive amounts of industrial storage containers. I should probably start cleaning these up a little bit. Let's see, where are we though? Somehow our screws are still not moving. I find that hard to believe. Let's check the belt down here. I mean, some amount is moving. The problem is I know that we could have a full belt just for screws and probably never use them all. I'm here to do a manual delivery though, I think. But why would I take it from there? I should probably take it from down here. Just so this area can truly dump screws. Well, worst case scenario, we're already making a good chunk of rotors. We could set that as a opportunity to delete some of that old spaghetti. Boy, this is going to be a really tall factory at the rate we're going. But let's just check our to-do list. Yep, we did it all. So we explained the issue. Too many screws, too many rods. We solved it by building a rotors factory. We also left ourselves some room for some additional rows. We built the factory floor. We had to adjust our blueprint to allow for the massive amount of screws. We built it and we collected the rotors. I'm going to call that done. And I'm going to call that an episode. You're accidentally getting 2 episodes per day. There's a couple of more videos coming out with me building the fuel refinery, which we had some trouble with because I tried to not do the old fuel refinery water tower. As soon as I put that water tower in, everything worked great. And then, yeah, so it's a little choppy, but it's basically 9,000 megawatts. That'll come out Thursday and Friday. And then you know, in the meantime, we'll keep doing some other stuff while those videos come out. Hopefully it's not too confusing. On the playlist, I'm maintaining it correctly on the playlist, but because right now this is a future episode, because tomorrow you're going to get an episode that's kind of like 4 or 5 episodes back. But if you're just paying attention to like wanting to build the fuel refinery, it'll all make sense. Tomorrow I'll build the diluted fuel and the packager, and then the day after that we build that fuel burner. But what I'm noticing is that people who watch the live streams aren't necessarily the same people who watch the VODs. So we'll have to see how that works out. All in all, once you hit the playlist, it all makes sense. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.